Okay, Hi, this is Doug again. This is going to be part 2 of my backup rear view camera install on my 2016 Dodge Charger, and I am very happy with the way it came out. I'm going to go over in this video all the parts that I used, where I ordered them from, and I'm going to go through the installation process again, hopefully a little more clearly. And that first video, I wanted to get it done, and I kind of rushed it a little. It was getting dark, and I had never done a video before, so I got what I could, but I just wanted to explain it a little further. And I've been asked questions about where I got the parts. I figured now would be a good time to start it. I'll go over the parts a little more when I get back. I also, a couple of weeks ago, I upgraded my 8.4 inch U-Connect to the navigation screen, and I'm very happy with that. I'm losing focus. Okay, there are the lines. I'm backing out of my driveway. As soon as you put it into park, the lines come on. And when I back up, I'll show you the lines where they line up. What am I thinking? Then when you put it in, I just put it into drive, and for like 15 seconds it will stay on unless you hit a certain speed. Okay, I went forward. Now if I put it in reverse, you watch the red lines. That's the sidewalk that's behind me. Let me go a little forward. The red lines are right where the grass is, between the driveway and the concrete. So let me go outside and show you where that is. Just to give you an idea. These are all things I was kind of interested in before I got it. So there are the lines. That's close. I'm standing here. It's like my body's width. That's to the red lines, and then the yellow lines go like part way. There's the sidewalk, and then the area between the curb and the road. And let's see where the yellow lines are on that. My son is cutting my grass for me for Father's Day. Tomorrow's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. So you see, it's just past the sidewalk, so it's probably maybe 18 inches to the red lines where they end, and then maybe 3 feet or 5 feet to where the yellow line ends. Now I'm backing out of my driveway. Luckily I live in a very quiet street, and now I'm starting to turn my wheels. You can see the lines turn, show me where I'm going. And there's a car next to me, that son. When I finished the last video, I had a big light that you would use, like I bought it to paint my living room, so it was a big halogen light, and it was right behind the camera, so you couldn't really see where the camera was. But I kind of wanted to talk about this whole process. I'll get to the part numbers. I printed out the email that I got from them. There are 3 parts, but I'll give you the part numbers and just exactly what I paid for them, where I got them. It was moparpartsdeals.com, and it's like Forest Lake Chrysler. Let me roll the window up. But I figure I'll just take this while I'm going up there. But what's so strange is I called my dealer when I first wanted to get the backup camera, and I wanted to get that backup camera because it's such a nice screen. I hate to not use it, and I don't want to clutter this front with other screens that aren't as good, and they aren't what I want. So, I was convinced that it couldn't be done. You couldn't add a backup camera to this car and have it connect to that screen without using some of that aftermarket products. Because if you Google it, that's what you get, are just a bunch of aftermarket products.
The speed limit is 30 miles per hour.
That navigation is passive aggressive. It's like when you get 5 miles an hour over the speed limit, it tells you it. It's like something my ex would do. But Anyway, so I called my dealer as soon as I found out about the wiring harness that's in the trunk, that gray wiring harness. And it's like, why would it be there if it didn't work? It just made no sense. So as soon as I found out that all SXTs supposedly have it, I checked mine and I saw that it was there. So I called my dealer, the dealer where I bought the car, and oh Jesus. See, cops sit right up here. It's crazy that it's only 30 miles an hour. So anyway, I called my dealer because I figured it's there. They've got to be able to pop one in. It makes no sense. And the service technician that I talked to sent me to parts, and the parts guy, who ended up being the parts manager, said, yeah, it can't be added. There are no parts. So that's when I went on the forum, and that's when I found Robert YouTubing on a budget. If I can figure out how to put links in the description, I'll put a link to his channel because he was very helpful. And once I found out what the parts were, the 3 parts that I'll show you, the camera, the jumper cable, and then just that little clip, once I had those and they fit, I called my dealer to see if they could flash my unit. And they do it for other stuff, so he knew what it was. Oh, I thought that was a cop. They said in here. And he wasn't sure if it would work. He thought it wouldn't work, actually. But he scheduled an appointment. He said their minimum charge is $90. And he said they would do it for $50 because it was so simple. And once I got there, you know, they weren't 7 minutes with the car, taking it back, programming it, doing whatever they have to do and bringing it back, which I actually took them in. I found online the steps they had to do to program it. And I don't know if they ever used that or not, but I gave it to them. And anyway, when I got there and gave the service technician the keys, he was like, yeah, I really hope this works for you. And I also, this is going to be important in a minute, I took the invoice from that Forest Lake Chrysler Jeep Dodge, they sell everything, but I took that receipt in and gave it to them when I gave them the parts, and they programmed it. And he was in there like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and he came walking back through, the service guy. I was in the waiting room, and he just gave me the thumbs up, and he said as soon as they programmed it, you could see the camera swinging, because I just plugged it in. I hadn't drilled the hole yet because I wanted to make sure it was going to work before I drilled the hole. So anyway, it worked, and then that's where I got to drill in the hole, which is on the other video. But I find it amazing that they didn't even know it was possible. But somebody else on another forum mentioned that once he added it, it was added to his warranty. So I have a Mopar app. I think it's just called like the Mopar app. But if you download it and enter your VIN, it'll bring up the information on your car, all the accessories that it had, what it was sold with. And I went on there last night, and they have a drop-down menu for dealer installed options. And my car now lists the rear view camera as a dealer installed option, so it is covered by the warranty. So that is very, very cool. And the lines work good. I think they're off like, maybe a couple of inches, but it's so close I can't tell. And I'm so used to it now that I just love it, And there are a couple of places, I've used it more than I even thought I would, the backup camera. And I'll show you what it looks like on the outside. But it's still strange, and in everything you look there's so many aftermarket things where they can tie you into that Uconnect. And I watched a video of a guy in New York City wire his Charger, and I'll bet he had that same wiring harness that I had. and how easy mine was, that it just blows my mind. I called a place because I really wanted this done, and I wasn't having any luck with the Dodge dealer. So I called a place in New Jersey. It would have been like a 5-hour drive, but I was seriously considering it because I wanted it. And they were going to install an aftermarket rear view camera somehow, but it was going to be $695. And I've got a total of $375. I'll show you the receipts from the Dodge dealer in Minnesota, that Forest Lake Dodge, and $54 with tax. So I have like $428 into this rear view camera that's warranted, and it works just fine. So I'm getting close to Popeyes. I'm going to pause this. Maybe when I get there, I'll show I have the receipt here, and I'll show the outside, what it looks like when we're in the daytime. The car is kind of dirty, but I didn't have a chance. Today is my only day off, and I went in for like an hour and 20 minutes, which is fine. It's our busy time of year. I'm going to stop at Staples to get ink. I want to hire somebody, so I'm going to print out a bunch of applications. But anyway, I'm going to pause this. I'll be with you, man. I'm getting down to work. It's a little busier, but I'm close to Popeyes. I'm hungry. I'm going to feed my son. He cut my grass, Father's Day or not. It was very nice. I have a big yard. Okay, see you soon. Okay, there's Popeyes. That's where we're headed. Okay, let me show you this. These are the parts. That was the company. It's moparpartsdeals.com. And that was the notes to them. Please make sure it is the correct part. Pitch black. Thank you, Doug. That was my remarks. And it was. That's my VIN number. Okay, those are the 3 parts you need. The wiring. Those are the part numbers. The wiring jumper, that is like a maybe 15-inch long jumper wire that goes from the camera to the harness that's in the trunk. Then you have the bracket that holds the camera in, and then the camera with the bezel. And the wiring jumper is $32. The bracket was $3.35, and the camera with the bezel was $314, and that's the part number for the black. That's the part number that will change depending on what color you want. Okay, so that was the total. The shipping was $25, so $375 plus $54. And let me show you the outside, what we're dealing with. Okay, I'm at Field and Stream parking lot. Okay, this is the outside. It's very sunny. I can't see it too good, but hopefully it's showing up better than. Oh, there it is. So the car is filthy. It needs cleaned, but I like it. Okay, so in here, just kind of show you what I did. I'm trying to think of what I didn't cover the other day. When you take this inside off, there are 3 clips here, 1, 2, and 3. And then there's another clip up here, right there. And then this handle that is held on by 2 screws. And you need one of those star things, those star tools to get it off. And then under here are 2 hidden clips. I don't know if I'm showing it good, it's too sunny out. And then the jumper's under here. And you cut the hole